Alright, so I was going to play another episode of Beyond Two Souls, but right now, as we speak, we are in a hurricane. I'm in Central Florida, and we have Hurricane Helene barreling up the Gulf. And while we are not taking a direct hit here, thank God, we do have winds that are gusting up to 65 miles an hour. We're under tornado watch. There's a whole bunch of things going on, and I was afraid that if I were to lose power, I didn't want to corrupt the file on a game that I was pretty far into. So instead, I decided to start this game, because if something does happen, I'm not that far. I won't be that far in. I'm only going to play for about an hour or so. So guys, if you hear my phone, even when you have your phone muted, when there is a tornado warning, it will blare across the phones, the Alexa devices, everything in the house will kind of go off. So I apologize in advance. I will edit that out if that does happen, and if I have to leave to go into a room that's not by a window, I'll let you know. But in the meanwhile, this is Martha is Dead. I got to see if it has controller compatibility. Let's try that. It does seem to. Let's check our settings. Language. Do we want the audio in Italian? Let's do English. We will show subtitles, medium font size, okay. Our audio, our video. We're going to do widescreen. I do realize that cuts off the ends of the screen for you, but typically that's okay. That's usually the way I play. I want ray tracing on. Alright, so it says it's not really designed for ray tracing yet, so let's not do that. Alright. Last but not least, our controls. Okay. Let's get this going. I have no idea what this is about. I know it is sort of mystery horror. And I have heard that it is a little bit intense. So let's see what it's all about. A sip of my coffee. Alright. Please adjust the brightness till the image on the left is barely visible. I like my screen a little brighter, so we'll go right there. The story of Martha is Dead and its featured characters are works of fiction. Okay, that's all that nonsense. Here we go. If you or someone you know is struggling, so I'm thinking they probably cover the topic of suicide in this. How realistic that is. It's amazing.
Ciao, I'm Julia Kay. I'm glad you are here. Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin.
How about the beginning?
There is so much that... I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
She has a lot of facial scars, so I guess that's going to play into this. Right off the bat, graphics, just beautiful. I'm really a sucker for graphics. And you could tell just how the skin texturing and everything was amazing.
Story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women.
What?
But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things. even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story? Even if it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
This is a bad idea.
All right. You always get your own way.
So I had a couple tornado warnings come up on the phone there, and I was distracted.
Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Well,
in despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy. So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance.
I'm a little scared of this story, even though I like the lady.
Should I stop reading, my little sparrow?
No, Nanny. Daddy always tells me that fear must be faced. Go ahead.
Okay, honey. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth. Even just for an instant, the lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories did not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
Okay, the lake. So, quite honestly, I was a little distracted because my phone kept going off with warnings, and I'm thinking the nanny was hired help. I was unsure if that was like nanny as in grandma, because Italians call grandma nana, but I think that was a woman who was hired to take care of her. Okay, let's see what we have to do with this camera. It was such amazing devices, cameras, back in the day.
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film.
So much work and effort went into taking pictures, and then you were never really sure if they came out right. Now we're so spoiled with digital photography and with cell phones, but back then taking a picture was a big deal. You were committed to what you did, both financially and in the work you put into it. And you didn't know what it looked like until it was developed. That's what was crazy.
Activate the timer.
Look how cool that is.
Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
It's a body. It's the lady in white.
Is that a person? I must help them.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
She looks like she's been there a while.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. It's not possible. It's not true.
Martha looks pretty dead.
There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Erie! Run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone. I would have to pretend to be Martha forever.
That's a pretty steep penalty. I think I would have just come clean. One day after Martha's death.
O Lord, who gives life to the dying, let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Erie, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Mommy always finds something for everyone to do.
All right.
July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and is thinking of you during this extremely difficult time. Ernesto E. and family. July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss, and we send you our heartfelt condolences. The Lieutenant Colonel Rapporteur.
All right. I have to call BS here, and I'm going to tell you why. Identical twins can fool maybe friends, maybe family that they're a bit removed from, but you cannot fool your parents. Those kids could look like carbon copies of one another. The parents of identical twins can tell them apart. So I'm calling a little bit of BS here, even though I know that it makes for an interesting premise, which is why they did it. Let's continue.
An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
All right. So let's see what else we can do here. Radio.
I can't turn it off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital.
All right. And this, I believe this really was a thing. They used to have the wake for a dead person was held in the home.
Books, books, and more books. In our villa, there must be 10 times more than even here. Daddy must be devastated. He loves me. I messed up and now I have to watch him suffer my death. I can at least light the candles and let him find some comfort in sleep.
What candles are we referring to? Okay. Kind of a morbid practice, you know? I mean, I know it was customary, so everyone was used to it, but just to have a, especially for a kid, can you imagine as a kid having a body in your house?
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
Never a moment's peace, even at a time like this. She can't sit still for a second. Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is.
Alright. So I don't remember what she asked us to do. Let's just look around here.
Daddy's canes. They are so beautiful, but I can't say why, but they have always scared me.
To get these damn flowers.
We have to get flowers.
When Mummy asks for something, there's no escaping.
Oh, these. Oh, I guess we got to put the flowers here. So where is? Can we run? There we go.
Everything always has to be perfect with her. What's happening? Who closed the door?
Uh-oh. Are we locked in here? So let's see if there's anything we can interact with. I would have taken that axe. Ready to defend myself against Mom because she's a weirdo. See if the door opens.
Eerie, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here? Of all places.
I'll leave him alone.
Hmm? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No, no. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf, and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me?
Imagine wishing one of your kids had never been born. That's terrible.
There have have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
You know, bad enough the poor guy is grieving. He has to deal with that wife too.
Devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley. We have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
This is crazy. Okay, I guess we gotta get these. Martha. Nope. So let's try this. I. Oh boy. Martha has lost her. It's her soul. Martha has lost her soul. All right. Oh. Okay, it's I. Let's go with stole. I stole her identity, that's for sure. Oh. Well, this is a dream. Let's keep in mind this is a dream, so this is kind of gruesome. But it's a dream. I guess she's going to steal her face, but I don't know why she would have to. They're identical twins. Pretty gruesome, though. Well, it's a pretty scary dream. Well, that was pretty gruesome. That was a pretty horrific nightmare.
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now...
They do look very much alike.
Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
The room.
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright. This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
Guess we're going to need a key for that.
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them.
Martha didn't have very much.
In the other wardrobe. I'm already dressed. Even more scary fairy tales. Everything I need is always in my bag.
Alright, so that's our inventory. So I wonder if we can use that key on this locked box. There's a box on that side too, though. So...
The key to my trinket box. This is not the right key. I must get her key if I want to know what's inside her trinket box. Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
So that's it.
Yes, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to pull Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day.
My
What
dress.
do you think?
The one Martha wore when she was...
What did you say? Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll
Oh
know when
gosh,
to
if
come
Mummy
down for
sees this
breakfast.
picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble. I'm already dressed.
All right. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. We do need to find the key for this trinket box, but something tells me it's not here.
Nanny will be visiting me soon. It's me with the nanny. Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember.
Again, I know I'm like a broken record with these things, but good graphics just... I find them so
How
impressive.
wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
And the textures and the lighting are just beautiful. Left bumper to run. Okay.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
It's still messing with my head a little bit, the fact that she's Julia, but they think Julia's dead.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irene. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irene. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if I
let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them.
Martha always reads the newspaper. I have to do the same so no one will get suspicious. Read the newspaper dated July 18th. Might be on the
Brutal
table.
assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth. Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th. A kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Alright guys, I'm going to stop here. I'm assuming this has an autosave. Well, let's see, maybe not. Let's not do this one. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so just because of what's going on with the weather, and I don't want to take any chances, I am going to try to upload this overnight, but if we lose power, then obviously that won't work, but I'm going to try. So anyway, thanks for playing along. So far, so good. Visually beautiful. Has a very deep storyline, a little bit hard to follow because you have to keep reminding yourself what's going on, but I'm sure this is going to unfold. Come join me for the next episode. Martha is dead. Bye, guys.